small fuse Claptons. I've been using like 24 wrapped with 32. So just the fuse Claptons alone are pretty rowdy. But then put that in parallel with like 22 gauge nichrome, and it's gonna light your fucking world up, my friend. And yeah, this thing is, in my opinion, it's the only single coil RDA out there right now that's worth the shit. All right, I don't know if we're live.
Oh wow, I totally just had the show going and it started, and so I thought you were repeating yourself.
Okay, well, I guess we're live. I don't know if anybody's watching, but hello everybody, welcome back to OverDose Vapes. This is Travis, and I got Frank, and we got Jesse, Stand Up 3D, and Daytime Frank, as you guys might know, might or might not know. And we're expecting ADV coils as well. I sent him the link. I don't know where the hell he's at. Shut up back there. Anyways, so today we got a pretty exciting show. We're going to talk about storage solutions for vaping. I couldn't be more excited. I have the biggest hard on for storage solutions. So we're going to talk about vape RDAs, RTAs, mods. Where do you store them? What do you do with them? We're going to talk about e-liquid, DIY. We're gonna get down and dirty with some storage solutions, but also, and there he is. But also, I wanted to talk about. I saw an article in the paper, it's like the Sun or some shit, and it's about how vaping was more dangerous than smoking. I don't know.
Oh man,
that article.
No, I didn't see that one. Thank goodness, because I probably would have broke a computer.
It freaked me out. It really freaked me out because this wasn't like in some little niche website. This was a printed paper, a newspaper. Mm-hmm. And it really freaked me out. And so I just kind of started reading that, and I'm like, man, that's really fucking bullshit that they would do that, because everybody knows. It's such bullshit. Turn my volume? Okay, I'll turn my volume. John Mueller. What's going on, John? Everybody knows that's bullshit, and everybody knows that vaping's safer. It's like, okay, if you have a problem with vaping, then figure out your story, because for 1 second they have a problem with us giving it to kids, and the next second it's that, it's more dangerous. So but anyway, so the reason why I'm even saying this is because as I'm getting ready for the show tonight, let me turn that up, there we go. As I'm getting ready for the show tonight, I'm watching TV on YouTube, and an ad pops up, and it's an anti-vaping ad, and there's puppets. I don't know if you guys have seen this ads. It's like, I forget who, it's like a Tobacco-Free America or something. You seen it, Tyler?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So there's these puppets, and the guy's one puppet's holding a jewel, and he's like, yeah, I was smoking, but now I'm vaping, and so volume's kind of low. I turned it up, so I don't know if it's still low. Easy Rider, what's going on, brother? Ashley. So the little puppet's holding a jewel, and he's like, yeah, I've been vaping, I feel a lot better. And this other puppet is like, it's amazing they're using puppets too, because that's just so fitting. And she's like, did you know there's as much nicotine in one jewel pod as there is in 20 cigarettes?
Bullshit.
And it's like, he's like, mind blown, right? But here's the thing. Even if there is as much nicotine, who gives a fuck? Nicotine that's not the problem.
No, it's all the carcinogens that's in the combustible tobacco.
I'm so sick of them basically saying, well, if you smoke 15 cigarettes, you're better off than smoking one jewel pod. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like almost a pro smoking commercial.
Yeah.
If they just went after vaping on vaping, and they just said, we don't think vaping's safe. Fine. That's your guys' opinion. Show me some fucking science, but whatever, right?
Yeah, show me the proof.
Show me the proof, but whatever. You can say whatever the fuck you want. It's America.
Sorry.
But to keep comparing it to smoking, it's like they're trying to drive people back to smoking. It just doesn't make sense. So it just pissed me off. I was really fucking pissed off about that. Easy Rider agreed. Stupid commercial. Yeah, it was fucking lame. And
there is supposed to be as much nicotine in a single pod as a pack of cigarettes, I think. But they do that on. I mean, I think that they've advertised that though.
As like a benefit.
Yeah. But the rest of it is all bullshit.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Okay,
I haven't watched it yet, but
even if that's true, and there is as much nicotine, what is that? I don't understand. Like,
exactly, because the nicotine's not bad for your health. It's everything else in cigarettes that is. So they're comparing the wrong shit and banking on the fact that certain people are going to go with it and just.
It's like they're comparing. It's not even apples to oranges. It's like fucking apples to motor oil. You know what I mean? It's like it's not even in the same fucking league. So just freaked me out, really pissed me off. What's going on, chat? What's going on, everybody? I want to say hello to everybody real quick. So we got John Mueller, Ashley Brown, Easy Rider, Wood Tick Mike. That's my favorite. That's my favorite right there. I like that name. Fogging out with the Batman. Batman, what's going on? And JFM Development. Hey, got all the big shots in here. Oh, that vape. How's it going, my dear? Beauty in the Vape. Everybody's here. What's going on? So yeah, I'm just ranting about anti-smoking propaganda or anti-vaping propaganda. Yeah, it's the new flavor of the month, and it sucks. I don't even see anti-smoking commercials anymore because nobody fucking smokes hardly at all.
I know, right?
But no, they're hammering vaping, man. They don't give a fuck. They're coming after us.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. There's like one individual little granule of truth into it, like the pods might have as much nicotine as cigarettes, and then they go on this whole or as a pack of cigarettes, and then they go on this whole other fucking thing where it's just misinformation, scare tactics and bullshit.
And it's like their way they're doing it is so shady because they're not even they're leaving it there. They're leaving it up to the audience to make that connection of, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
When we know that's not bad, that means nothing. But like they're leaving it like, did you know I'm comparing one Juul pod to a pack of cigarettes? And they're like, ooh, people are like, ooh, man, that's so you're saying a Juul pod's as bad as a pack of cigarettes. Mm-hmm. And that's the impression they're trying to leave.
Yep.
That's so shady. That's so fucking shady. Man.
It is bullshit.
So I don't know.
They don't have to do it either. They should, because people are going to, for the majority of people are going to do their own research and be like, wait, let's see some studies about it. Well, maybe not the majority.
I was going to say, I don't know what people
you're going to have like, I myself, if I see something going on, I get both sides of it. I do my research and find out the good side of it, the bad side of it, in the middle where the truth actually lies, and so I expect there to be I'm some dumbass that lives in Southern Illinois. And I figure out if I do that, there's probably going to be a lot more other people that do their research and actually their due diligence to find out whether it's the truth or not. But that's probably not the case.
That's not the case. No, it's just not, man.
That's why we got to get the word out there that it's not. I mean, direct people towards the good studies that are actually telling the truth.
And you know what? I've always been saying since the beginning is that let's be real about vaping. Let's not sugarcoat shit.
Exactly.
Do we know everything about long-term effects? No. Do we have some evidence? Yes, some. Okay, because there's been a few studies. There's not been enough studies, but there's been some. And we have a lot of short-term evidence. But like I've always been the one to say, like, okay, like let's just be honest about that. We don't know everything. But we do know anecdotally that vaping makes us feel better, that we have more energy, that we breathe easier, that it don't stink, you save money. Well, I mean, I don't save money, but a lot of people save money. Actually, I do save money because I was smoking like a pack a day, and that's a lot of fucking money.
Hell, I was a pack and a half, but where you live, they're way more expensive, but still.
Save money. There's like
the way that
like $10 a pack here. So yeah.
The way that I think about it is if it's so much healthier short term, then it's got to be so much healthier long term also. It's not like it's going to get to a point 5 years down the road and all of a sudden, bam, so it's just going to be bad. It's just it's not 100% healthy to use, but it's a lot healthier than smoking. That's the whole point.
Exactly. I mean, we're not saying harm reduction. I mean, it's what comes.
No one is trying to say that it's like not doing anything at all, because anything you put in your body is something that's not supposed to be there. So it can't be 100% good for you, but we're saying it's a hell of a lot safer.
I've had arguments with zealots on both sides. I've had arguments with people in the vape shop and they're like, you're so fucking wrong. It's 100% safe. And I'm like, bro, you don't know. You just don't know. It
might be safer than eating a sausage, egg, and cheese at McDonald's.
I'm happy if it's 50% healthier than fucking cigarettes because it's that much better.
I'm happier if it's 30%, 20%, 10%. Any mitigation of that harm, I'm okay with that because I want my nicotine. I'm going to get that nicotine. And this is not only a really a safer way, but it's like the most satisfying way to get nicotine. I enjoy vaping more than smoking. So
you meet a lot more friends vaping than you do smoking. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
We never sat around and talked about the newest pack of cigarettes that we got now.
Exactly.
How great they were and what kind of flavor profile they have.
and the reality is that when I first,
it's either ass or ass with mint.
Yeah, ass, minty ass. Like Panda was just saying, is that when I was first starting vaping, I vaped a lot, but now I don't vape that much.
You just stole.
I said, you said it.
I vape every minute of the day. I think I don't hardly go very many minutes as long as I'm awake where I'm not vaping.
I can.
Yeah, see, I won't bring a mod into the bedroom unless I just happen to have it in my pocket and forget about it, and I'll bring it up and I may take a rip off it before I go to sleep, but not normally.
I definitely take it in the bedroom at night because I want to vape at night. But like if I'm at work, I don't vape. I go hours without vaping.
Well, yes, I vape more when I'm at work than I do. I have my pulse that I throw in my pocket when I'm loading my cars, and
while you're driving,
when I'm driving, I'm hitting other mods. I usually have 3-4 setups going all around me. One sitting in the ashtray in a can koozie so it doesn't get scratched up. I have a couple in the cup holders.
When I'm driving,
I work at home.
I'm vaping like crazy too. I love to vape and drive.
I still have to order a cuppy off of Stand Up 3D, but that'll work perfect for my little caddy I have in the middle of my.
Boom.
Well, see, I work at home, but even if I'm doing like some construction work or working on someone's car, I'm either outside or most of the time the people smoke. So I don't really have to worry about not vaping in certain places. So it's with me at all times.
Yeah.
I don't bitch at myself for vaping in my house.
Tommy Vapors says that vaping is safer than LSD. I don't know.
And beauty, that is very fucking true, beauty. You do find a lot of those too.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'm going to go off topic for a second. You would think in a little small town in a subdivision here in North Carolina, you would not be able to buy this on the street.
I would think you definitely would be able to buy that on the street. You're going
obviously, it's a clone or a replica. Of course, in this industry, you call them replicas, but we would call it a clone.
I remember people used to call them replicas, like back in 2013, 2014. There was like a push from those manufacturers to say it's a replica. It's not a clone.
In the style of.
It doesn't
exactly.
On the front.
This one has some serious weight to it. I don't know what kind of metal it is.
It's probably going to be
stainless. It's going to be a good paperweight or good decoration. Obviously, it's my finger it'll almost fit on be my middle finger, which is like a size 11.
Probably like plated. Oh God, it's gone. It's out of my head.
Yeah, some kind of plating,
like zinc or something.
Copper.
We make a lot of that shit out of copper because copper has a lot of weight to it. Easy Rider, good for you, brother. Easy Rider started a new job, and he has been he's the only one vaping, which is pretty common still. Vaping is very new, and so yeah, people are always going to be curious about it. Where I work, I'm the only one who vapes, but I was also the only one who smoked. And so I'm the only one who vapes. Nobody's asked a lot of questions. But there's a lady next door to me because we have a big office. There's offices all around and stuff. There's a lady right next door to me who vapes. And then there's a guy who runs the program next door to me. He vapes too. So there's like all of us, 3 of us will be out there vaping. We don't ever like socialize or anything because, why would we? But it's cool because I kind of give each other like the heads up, like, yeah, what's up? I see you over there. Get the little tanks and shit, you know what I mean? And I'm out there rocking like a stack mod and shit. It works.
Yeah, it's like there's one kid that works in our dispatch office. He's going to University of South Carolina, and he'll have a Joel. Like he went home for summer break. He lives in Rhode Island, and his dad saw he had a smoke stick in his truck, and he took it from him. Oh, you don't need to be doing that shit. So I know his dad because his dad's one of our vice presidents. I called him up. I said, "Will you leave your son alone for Christ's sake?"
Yeah,
so there ain't nothing wrong with what he's doing.
Better than having a pack of cigarettes in that console.
Exactly. And he's a big dude. He's like plays rugby and stuff, club leagues and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of him. He's like 6'5", 300 pounds.
Butterscotch Reserve, Tyler. That's a quality liquid right there, my friend. That's good shit. I like that.
That's the one I go. profile off my my
That was me asking you about this the other day, Frank, in that chat.
Oh yeah,
That shit's so good.
I said it's the only one I really liked out of that whole line. I didn't get the banana, so I don't know how that one is.
Man, you gotta try this, Frank. This Kingpin, this tobacco peanut butter. All you guys should try it. This shit is fun.
Yeah, I've heard about that one.
This is the only. I mean, they sent two. The second one was called Havana Nights. It was just really too dark with tobacco. This is really fucking good. This is really fucking good. And the Drop Solo, which has amazing flavor, right, Jesse?
Sure. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not a big single coil guy, but I do love this Drop Solo. It's amazing.
I'm not a single coil guy either, and that might be part of my problem.
Probably.
And my liquids are always like less than 12% flavoring usually.
Oh, okay. I rock pretty heavy duty. My DIY, it's about 22% flavoring. So
I try to stay under like 13, 14 if I can, but that's just how I do it.
I try to, but it doesn't mean it always stays that way. You fall down the rabbit hole and you're throwing this and that, and next thing you have 10 flavors in your recipe and it's 21.5% flavor. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I have flavors in my recipe that I probably could get rid of, but at this time, I feel like if I fuck with it, I'm gonna ruin it. So I'm just leave it alone totally.
I've done some recipes where I put 10 or 11 different flavorings in there, and it was like 24-25%. I was like, oh fuck.
That's a nice saturation right there. Chevy Man, he's a single coil lover. He loves them BSCs, the big single coils. All right, so what's everybody vaping on tonight? I see Tyler's vaping Butterscotch Reserve. We'll start with him. What else are you vaping, brother?
Country Clouds, cornbread pudding.
Ooh.
Got that in the Dreamer with the Twisted Message. I got both of the Emergency Vape Stash. Custard and strawberry custard.
Oh, I got to get some of that new one.
Yeah. And then I also got the banana cream pie.
That's a fucking good liquid. Oh, my God. What do you think about it?
The banana cream pie?
Yeah.
It's really good. I compare it to banana bondage because that's really the only other banana vape that I've had. So that's what I compare it to, and it's pretty similar.
It's pretty similar, yeah, for sure. I think that that one actually has a little bit more flavor saturation.
Yeah,
a little bit more dense.
I'll be right back, sorry guys.
All right, brother. Yeah, I think if I had to pick the two, it's probably like fucking sacrilege, but I would probably pick that one, the banana one.
Yeah, this one has a little more flavor to it.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a little bit more crisp.
This stuff is definitely really good. It's the best tobacco vape I've ever had.
It is really good. That whole line is really fucking good, except for the only one I didn't like was the one I thought I was gonna love, which is the blueberry, blueberry cream cake. I didn't care for it.
I didn't like that one either. I didn't like it.
But I tell you what, that's one of the best. That is, in my opinion, it is the best flavor in their Salt Nick line.
Oh, really?
They do a version of it for salt. It's called Blue Magic, and it's absolutely the best. It's actually the only like really sweet Salt Nick liquid that I like. Usually I like fruity kind of Salt Nick liquids, but that one is it's on another level.
Nice.
What are you vaping on, Jesse?
Well, until the show started, I've been vaping on the Dreamer with the Drop Dead and some of this.
Oh, that's the good shit right there, my friend.
That Cuz Turd.
So good.
By Vaping Swag. That stuff is I don't like custards really anymore. I used to a lot, and then I kind of got away from them, and that one is good. It's pretty
calling it just a custard is kind of misleading a little way.
Yes, it is. Very.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm on the top side since the show started. Nice. And just my current river.
So what is your? So I'm not super hip to what Current River even is. So why don't you?
No one knows what custard, what Current River is except for me.
Okay, well, what kind of flavor is it?
It's a strawberry blackcurrant Greek yogurt.
Nice, I like that. I like blackcurrant.
Actually, yeah, this version of it actually has flavor as vanilla pudding in it instead of the Greek yogurt.
Okay,
and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I haven't fucked with any of the Flavora flavors. I almost ordered them in my like I just ordered a bunch of flavors to make my DIY, and I was gonna like switch out some of the flavors for the Flavora shit, but I didn't want to risk it.
I got all of the ones that they had at the time, and I haven't messed with them a whole lot until here recently, and I've been messing with them a little bit. That vanilla pudding, I had the original bottle was the little 15 milliliter, and I've already got this, so
nice.
The big 4 ouncer, so it's
that good.
Yeah, it's fucking good. Okay. It's really good.
I'm really trying to. I'm kind of a one-hit wonder with e-liquid. I made one really good e-liquid, and everything else has been kind of duds since then. You know, I have one that I think is good because people like it, but I don't like it. So what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? So I'm looking for something new. Maybe I'll grab a bottle of that vanilla pudding and try to do something with that. You can't go wrong.
No, it's good. I think so. I mean, taste is so subjective, but I think, and people I've talked to that have tried it also say that it's pretty awesome. So you can't go wrong with the vanilla pudding, and I'm
gonna give it a shot. All right, so I am vaping currently. I ran out of my CBD oil from this company, Koi. I always try to mention them because I can't do reviews for them because YouTube would fucking shit on me. So Koi was nice enough. They sent me right before the YouTube dropped the hammer on CBDs. They sent me their whole line. Loved it. It was super good. All their liquids are super cool and super nice and super really strong, like 1,000 milligram, 2,000 milligram, really potent, really tasty. And I finally ran out of that. So I put in my tank that I've been using for that liquid. I put in the new Dinner Lady Tuck Shop apple sours. It's pretty good. Actually, really good. The new Tuck Shop line from Dinner Lady was surprisingly good for what it is. Then I'm vaping, like I said, Kingpin from Boss. I am going to be vaping at some point Liquid Gold from Stunna. This is a good too, man. This shit's really good. What else? Vaping a ton of different Salt Nicky liquids. I got my little Easy Watt. I'm gonna buy. You know what I'm gonna do is I really want to get a. I got all these pods and shit, right? But like, what it is I just kept getting pods instead of buying coils for them. So I got like the Juul, but I only have the one pod. I got the fucking Vagon, but I only got the one pod. I got the Vaporess or Nexus on my last coil. And so what I've decided is I just want to get a fucking rebuildable tank. So if anybody has like any suggestions for a good single coil tank, mouth to lung style, I'm leaning towards the Aries, the one that Basardo and the Greek guy made with Anakin. That's kind of where I'm headed. So I don't know, but I'm going to put it on this little boy right here.
I heard that the Berserker MTL tank is really good too.
Yeah, I was looking at the Berserker. I was looking at the Salt 18 millimeter. I forget who makes that. It's called the Salt though, and it looks really cool. But 18 millimeter seems really fucking small.
Yeah,
it is really fucking small. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going towards single coil mouth to lung tank rebuildable. I don't want to buy a bunch of pods. I'm going to buy another pod for this thing because that thing's really nice. The Vagon, it's really nice. I'm going to buy a pod for that. But yes. What else am I vaping? I got Mother's Milk. I went and bought a fucking bottle of Mother's Milk. It was like fucking so expensive. I bought a bottle of Mother's Milk, a 120 ml bottle of Mother's Milk, and a bottle of breakfast, whatever. I think I said this last show too. I'm still blowing my mind with the breakfast. I spent $84 on.
Holy shit!
Well, you want to hear something bad? I was talking to a guy Tuesday in New Jersey. He usually buys 200 ml bottles at his local shop. It usually costs him $30 because their new tax is $50.
I don't know. That's still pretty acceptable to me. $50 for 200 mils. That's not bad. I mean, that's a steep hike from what he was paying.
Yeah. I was showing him a little bit, Cliff Notes version on how to DIY and set him up with a couple of links and how to look on ELR and all that. So hopefully he'll solve that problem.
That's what you gotta do. I was going through, especially because I vaped such low ohm coils. I was really going through liquid. From 2015 on, I was really hitting sub-ohm hard, and up until now. And so I was going through so much liquid, I just had to I had to DIY. I had to. There's no choice. I was having, there's a couple companies that I really liked their liquid. Actually, one of the companies is not in business anymore. And that's where the genesis of my DIY came from, was this homeboy was like, I know you really like my liquid. Here's the recipe for it. And I kind of built off of that. And he used to send me mason jars full, but I would go through those fucking things like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't sustainable. And so, yeah, if you're vaping a lot of liquid, you gotta DIY. You got to. Okay, and then also, you know, I'm lucky enough that I get a lot of liquid sent in, but contrary to popular belief, I don't vape the majority of the liquid that's sent to me, like on my personal time. I'll review it, and then it just sits, and then we give it to people, and we give it away, because I'm not big on fucking pink fizz from fucking Steeped, you know, whatever the fuck that liquid is supposed to taste like. I can't remember. It's like candy or some shit. I get a lot of candies, a lot of fruits. I'm just not a big candy or fruit guy, so. So I got some suggestions here in the chat for single coil mouth alone tanks. Got the new Amit. I actually was looking at the Amit. That one's really nice. In tank.
I was gonna say the intake, and you can choke it down and stuff because it's a single coil, but I don't think it, like, from what you've explained, it. Yeah, you probably wouldn't.
It's not really what I.
You're really still in direct lung. It doesn't matter how much you choke it down.
Yeah. I don't know. That's not. I'm looking for something that's specifically made for salt Mickey liquids. The Chalice 2, Chalice 3. That's what John Mueller's vaping. I haven't even seen that, so I'll have to look at that.
You know what's neat is that new the one Vandy Vape came out with the was it the EZ or EX or something, the little mod, little set squonker that's set up for Nick salts.
Yeah, that is badass. Actually, I was actually thinking about, because I have a little tiny RDA. It's what the fuck? It's made in Switzerland. I forget what the fucking name of it is, but it's perfect for salt Nick.
Yeah,
it's a single coil little deck, and it's actually built for squonking.
Yeah.
But I've tried it, and it's just, I don't know. I couldn't get it right. I think I was just, my ohms weren't high enough or some shit. But yeah, Matt Williams, Tony Glock, Train Sonic. What's going on, guys? Lab Works, KBM Productions. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? So I have the mod that I want to use when I get it. This little easy watt thing. This goes all the way up to 30 watts, and it goes as low as, like, what is it? 13 watts. And so this is probably what I'm going to use. This is what I use a lot around the house anyways. And so, yeah. What I would like, man, what I would really like is for somebody to make, so just finding, like, jewel pods that are just empty jewel pods is kind of a challenge in and of itself. They do make them, and because I really like the jewel. I'm not going to bullshit. I like the jewel. I think it's convenient. It's super small. It's super thin. I can actually put this in my wallet. I can put this behind my ear, in my hat. You know what I mean? Like I can carry it
like where you used to put a cigarette. Yeah.
Yes, all the same places, exactly. And so, but what I would like is not just a refillable pod, but a pod I can fucking rebuild. That would be dope. That would be fucking dope. But that's not going to happen, so I don't know what I'm talking about. The Simple EX. Jennifer Sage is saying EX. Okay, Frank, what are you vaping, brother? And then we're going to move on.
Well, I got the top side came in today with the drop solo on top. I have my Bananas Foster cheesecake in there.
Nice. And
Legend with the Hive on top. And in there, I have this Fruit Fusion from Envy Vape Co. that they gave me at Richmond. It's okay. I mean, it's not the best, but it's all right.
You like that Legend from the Ageless Legend?
Yeah. The only problem I'm having with it now is I tried to do the firmware upgrade today, and my computer keeps telling me, well, it was telling me I couldn't open the thing because they said possible harm and all this stuff. I guess my software protection was shutting it down. So I was able to backdoor that, but I still can't get get it to load. Because I guess with the new upgrade, the battery life gets better and some other performance issues get corrected.
Yeah, I'm all about it, man. Anytime there's a firmware upgrade, I'm all over that shit. To my detriment sometimes, because I've had firmware upgrades that fucking were not beneficial to my mods.
Like I just got around to doing the newest one on the Pulse, and then I gave the Pulse to the wife now that I got the top side. Because she's been wanting a squonker, and I didn't want to give her a mechanical one just because she doesn't know Ohm's law and all that. And
We actually need a good mechanical squonk. I've bought Maria a couple really nice ones, and we actually got amazingly, if anybody's been watching the show for a long time, we actually got the rig squonk to function half decent. It's actually working, which is really fucking amazing. But she really was loving her dot squonk, but then that took a shit on us. So
yeah, dot squonk has issues.
Yeah, big time. You're a fan, I see.
I got both of them.
Yeah, my nephew has dot squonk, and he hasn't said anything yet whether he didn't have any performance issues with it, but he wants a top side.
He wasn't having performance issues. It just stopped functioning. So
I do not have the same feelings I do about the dot squonk, because I have two of them, and the other one, I woke up one morning and I walked in the room in time to see about 3 or 4 inches of flames coming out of the top of the RDA.
That's fucking what happened to her. She was just saying it's auto fire. That's the problem.
I don't know what caused it, but it melted every fucking thing. It melted. I have a Twisted Messes Pro. It melted everything out from on the top cap of that one. Surprisingly, the peak inside the deck and all that's okay, but there's no top cap. I can't use the top cap now.
Yeah.
This is actually her replacement, the one that we have now, because it happened before. And we were sitting at fucking in a restaurant, and I saw her purse was smoking, so I grabbed that motherfucker and I ran outside. And it was making noise, yeah. And so I ran outside, and I'm panicking because I'm thinking this fucking battery's gonna pop off.
Yeah,
right, because it's fucking raging. It is full on. And so
it was bad.
I'm like trying to grab the fucking. That's when I don't remember if you guys remember, but I fucking burnt my hand. It was like secondary burns because I was
trying to get the RDA off it. Yeah.
Well, see, I remember I was such a fanboy whenever I heard you had those issues. I was like, they must have been doing something really fucked up to it to get it to do that. And then I walked I woke up and walked into the room and it was doing that. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And it happened this time too. Luckily the battery just died this time. And the button is totally wedged in now. It's like it melted the button inside.
Everything's all melted into mine too.
So we're not happy with that. So I'm looking if anybody has like any kind of suggestion for a good mechanical squonker,
If you want to pay a bunch of money, Vicious Ant has some nice squonkers.
Yeah, we actually saw one. It was from what's the name of the company? Apocalypse. The Apocalypse squonk. It's pretty nice. It looks nice at least. So, what do you got there?
The TS.
The TS.
Oh, okay.
They got the TS and the DS for people. The only thing that I don't like about this is that top fire button. I don't like.
Yeah, that's why that's first time I saw that. I'm like, nope.
Tony Glock, that's why I only use regulated. Man, regulated just ain't fun. You don't have that danger element, brother.
No, you got to have that mech life, though.
Yeah, I could never go back to regulated, man. I use regulated sometimes on tanks. It's just so unsatisfying. It is so unsatisfying.
Well, I've been using the recurve and the top side a little bit, and I've been okay with it lately, a little here and there. But it's for the most part, I got one of my Dreamers or my Outlaw at all times.
I just saw I guess it's not recent now, but Stan got them the colored Dreamers, the green one, and that green one looks nice.
You're gonna be like the black ones?
No, I hope not. Well, I guess these are only aluminum ones, so I'd be worried about the voltage drop on them.
You got one of the new ones?
Yeah, these are the new ones. I had one that was supposed to be from the second batch that was fixed on the black ones. All the paint came off of it, and so actually this one there, it was replaced, and I'm still like. You can see that it comes off the bottom a little bit because I sit here whenever I'm watching videos and stuff, and I kind of rub the mech around on the table, and I shouldn't do that. But if I just set it down and picked it up, it probably wouldn't have lost all of the magic off the button there.
So I will say if people are looking for a good regulated mod, and we're doing a giveaway still, I'm going to announce that this weekend. I promise. I had to work all weekend, but I am going to announce the winners for the giveaway. Innikin's fucking their new regulated mod, the high powered one. We have one here. Oh my god, what's the name of that thing? The Proton. That motherfucker is amazing. It fires down to like 0.05. It is amazing. Yeah, it really is. It's fucking awesome. It's the only regulated mod I've seen in recent history that I'll put an RDA on there, fucking blow fat clouds. It's amazing. It's like a little limited because it only does 235 watts, but it's dual batteries and it fires. I've put all my RDAs on there and it never says no.
Do you really need more than 235 watts?
I know, right?
If I'm rocking a coil that's 0.05, yeah, I could use 250 at least, more, 275.
Well, you're the exception to the norm there.
I definitely am. That's why I was saying if people are looking for one, it will be totally satisfactory for 99% of you guys. It's really nice. It has a joystick to control the menus. It's fucking awesome. It's really awesome. So you guys stay tuned for that because I'm giving a giveaway. I want to say hello to a couple of people who came in. James Capose. I fucking murder that every time. Sidney Ebanks Jr. Juan Castillo. What's going on, brother? Yeah. Hope you're feeling good, brother. We got Tony. I already said hello to Tony Clock, but what's up again? Anyways, where was I going with that? Anyways, yeah, the Proton. It's fucking amazing. You guys grab one if you're looking for a good regulated mod. Innokin, as always, in my opinion, they've always made quality products, but for the longest time, this is kind of what people thought of them. Like little shit like this, starter kits and shit like that, right? And I used to always do reviews for them back in the day for shit like this. And it was, back then, there was no Salt Nick e-liquid, so it was like I was always kind of bored with this. Now, though, like I use all my Innokin shit for Salt Nick e-liquids, and they're amazing. And these things last. That's why I like Innokin products. They last, and they're built rugged. And so, yeah, the Proton feels a little bit plasticky, a little bit light without batteries, but I mean that's kind of like the rule now instead of the exception. So
yeah, what mod doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so what was I gonna say? Okay, I'm gonna do the coil dive right now real quick because there's actually quite a few I'm gonna show, and then we're gonna talk about storage solutions, and then we're gonna get out of here. So we're gonna look at my coils tonight. I was going through them. You gotta understand. I've been putting every single show. I've put coils since we started this. I've had coils for every single show. So there's a lot of coils. I just stopped at a certain point and I was like, okay, that's enough. I have like a lot. But I also have my homemade storage solutions. So that'll be a good segue to the next segment. I have pictures of that shit, and so I had to look through my Google Drive like pictures and shit and go like way back to like 2014. Yeah, so I nailed it. All right, good. James Capose, I got it. The OG VTR, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that Innokin products last? The Coolfire 4, the Coolfire. We have the Coolfire 5 in there. I think is the 5, and that's like one of their first high wattage devices, 150 watts. They were only like 3 or 4 years late to the show, but still, it was an amazing mod. It still works. It's amazing. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. Let me get chat out of the way. Travis Coils. Here we go. We got a lot of shit to look at. Okay, so this is probably my favorite coil I ever made. Only because I think it's probably one of the most unique coils I ever made. As you can tell, that's some big ass ribbon wire right there, and you can see all the love I showed my goon at that time. I gave the goon since then. I've given it to Panda, and she got replacement parts like posts and everything because. Obviously, I had fucked this one really pretty hard. You can even see like the screw here has like a fucking like an arc mark on it. Man, I was rough on that thing. So, but it was my go-to. So what this is there's no name for it, right? So it's two pieces of wire. It's like a fuse Clapton kind of, right? There's two pieces of wire inside, but the one piece of wire is a fuse Clapton, and then that's paralleled with a piece of tiger wire, like the same kind that's actually parallel with the whole coil. So that's what the core of that wire is. Then it's wrapped with flat wire. I think that's the biggest one I could get, which I think is the 0.8 by 0.5 or whatever. So I did that. And then I paralleled it with the rest of the tiger wire that I had laying around. I was going to do that dual coil, but as you can see, there was just no fucking room. And at the time that I made this, which is probably 3 years ago, there was no other RDA that was going to be better than the Goon for these kind of coils. And so, yeah, that was a rowdy ass coil, and it had really good flavor, and it looked amazing. I think I just called it like the junkyard coil or some shit because it kind of looks like a junkyard robot. And yeah, loved it, man. It's probably still to this day like one of my favorite coils, and it's a good picture, which at that time I was not known to take good pictures of coils. I still am not known to take good pictures of coils, but that is a quality picture in my opinion. I think I actually used my real camera to take that picture, which is a pain in the ass because when I have to use my real camera, then I have to fucking convert the CR2 pictures to fucking JPEG, and it's a whole thing, and I hate doing it, so I just usually don't. This is more of like along the lines of the quality of my pictures, usually blurry, out of focus. But this is a fun coil too. This is a triple parallel, just Claptons of varying spaces. It's fun. There's a series coil is what I made it for. Also in the Goon. Here's a coil that I was super proud of. Also a pretty good picture. At the time, this was probably the best coil I'd ever made. That's sitting in the, it's either the Dead Rabbit or the drop. I can't remember which one.
That's a Dead Rabbit.
It's a Dead Rabbit, yeah. So
that's a badass coil, dude.
Thank you. Yeah. So that is a triple parallel Clapton, fused Clapton, and I flattened it with a pasta machine. And I don't have my pasta machine anymore. I wish I did because I'd be making shit like that all the time. And probably one of the cleanest coils I've ever made.
It almost looks like a staggered fused Clapton.
Almost, huh? Yep. Yeah, I was so happy with that coil. So happy with it. And I made 2 of them, but the other one didn't turn out. Like when I wrapped it, it just looked like shit. And so I just went with the single, and I left it in that RDA for like 6 months. I did not want to take it out. And I bet you $1 million, that coil is probably somewhere in this house still, because I was so fucking proud of it. And so here's a early alien attempt, I think. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't know why that's so small. Yeah, it's some kind of alien that I tried. I don't know how that picture even ended up here. So this is an alien I did make. Like people know my history with making aliens. I fucking can't do it, and I've tried a billion times. Just can't do it. And but there was a period where I had it down, and then I lost it. I don't know what happened, but anyways, so I made a bunch of aliens during that time, and this is one I made. This was me doing my best to give the fucking what's the RDA for the Dreamer called?
Lucid.
Yep.
This was me really trying to give the Lucid a chance to impress me with flavor, and it just still didn't. It still didn't. That was a waste of coils, is what that was right there. But it's a cool picture though. I like the picture. It turned out good. Yeah, the Lucid was garbage. The mod is, I don't like the mod either that much anymore. I was very impressed at the time, but now I think it's not the best. After having a little bit of time, I kind of bought into the hype a little bit, and I hate doing that. So, but yeah, this was garbage. They released some kind of kit you can put in there now to reduce chamber size. No thanks. If I have to add on to something I already bought, you already lost me. Although I will say I did get the caps for the Dead Rabbit, and this was a big improvement. So I don't know, whatever. Here's another flat wire coil that I made. I don't know why that's here, but that's a badass coil. Very low ohm, fused Clapton with a flat wire. There's a pretty clean coil I made, or set of coils I made. Pretty happy with those as well. All right, so I'm just gonna go through. So here's I am capable of making good coils, so this is a pretty good one too. It's triple parallel alien or whatever you want to call it, just an alien, but it's spaced. And I honestly think that wasn't by design. I think I just fucked up an alien, and that's how it ended up coming out after I wrapped it. But it looked cool enough to take a picture of. So,
hell yeah.
Another alien, but it's just all fucked up. But it had cool colors, so I took a picture. This is the coil. Obviously, I didn't. It's just mesh, but I just loved this picture. I think this picture is amazing. One of my favorite pictures.
So damn juicy.
That's juicy, baby. That's moist. But that is that's the mesh by Vanny Vape. It's a killer RDA. I like it a lot. I still use it to this day. Yep, there's that alien.
It's like an armored.
So this picture looks cool on phones, but it doesn't look cool blown up like that. Shitty pictures. Wavy Clapton spaced single core, I think. No, it can't be.
Yeah, it's got to be 2 cores.
Got to be 2 cores, yeah. But yeah, spaced. And that is in the God, this RDA was really popular with builders for a while, but I can't remember the name of it. The Ghoul single core RDA. Not that great. It's not that great for flavor, but it's cool for building. This coil, now this is the one I was looking for. So this is a badass coil. This is 20 gauge wrapped with 24 gauge. That is a beast. And I actually have a video of this firing. I'm going to find that right now.
Holy shit, bro. How'd that feel on your fingers when you were twisting that?
I think it actually broke the skin, if I'm remembering. But here's the video of it. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this is me. Like, I'm not touching the button anymore. It stays fucking so hot for so long.
Use it as a nightlight.
Yeah, that shit's fucking rowdy. That is so much. It was uncomfortable to vape.
I was scared that you were gonna it was gonna pop on my phone.
Yeah. Oh, that was on a stack mod too. Holy shit.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, now you need a disclaimer on this show.
Yeah, well, I think
don't do dumb shit like that.
I think I had to use a stack mod just because there's so much metal there that it just wasn't lighting up with a normal fucking mod. Obviously, that's super dangerous. I mean, yeah, like Panda said, I think at the time she was like, she was filming that, and she's like, I don't want to film this. You're gonna fucking explode on me.
Yeah,
and I'm lucky I didn't. I'm just gonna pick a couple more, I think, because I don't want to spend all night looking at these. But I have so many. Here's one I copied from Ghost. If you guys don't know who Ghost is, he used to make coil videos a long time ago, way ahead of the curve as far as like creativity. And now he makes videos about bullwhips and survival. The guy fucking lost his mind. But here's it's called The Rods. And yeah, that's such a cool build. And it's vapable. As much as it doesn't seem like it would be, it totally is vapable. This is not a good example of it. If you want to see a really good example of this, look up The Rods build on YouTube. And he makes so clean versions of these things. He makes them dual coil. The guy's a fucking genius. This is the No Drop Solo. But those are pieces of 20 gauge wire wrapped with 34 gauge wire. In his original build, he was wrapping 20 gauge wire with 24 gauge wire. So the rods were way beefier in his build. But yeah, to me, it just felt like a overkill. Imagine me saying overkill on a build. Really did felt like too much. But yeah, this was fun to build. It was not hard to build, and it was really fun and cool to take pictures of. So
how do you wick
it? So you wick it. Can you see my mouse cursor?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is you take a piece of cotton, like a strip of it, and you just wrap it around the back here, and then have the tail sitting in the deck.
Yeah.
It works really well. It does not give problems, except mine gave problems. I have pictures of this firing as well, but mine was firing, was not lighting up from the middle out. His totally does. Mine was firing on one side more than the other, so it was like a pretty severe hot spot. Let me pick a couple more here. So this is a Fuse Clapton stovetop coil. I still have this coil, and this is still what I'm using in that RDA. This is again in the mesh RDA, and this is a killer fucking build. A lot of these builds that people show aren't practical, and they don't work well, right? Like big Mohawk Claptons and shit aren't the best vape. This is a killer vape. This is an amazing vape. So yeah, highly recommend the stovetop coil, especially a Fuse Clapton variant of it. And here's a close-up picture of that. Okay, let me do one more. This is probably my favorite build. I just don't think the picture's very good, but this is definitely my favorite build I ever did. Man, I wish the picture was better. Just the way that fucking flat wire is laying on top of each other, kind of like armor, like on an armadillo or something. I just loved it. There's better pictures of this somewhere. I couldn't find them, but that was a killer build, and totally practical and vape like crazy good. That's the one thing I will say in my own benefit. Like I'm not the best builder. I'm not ever gonna make builds that like ADV. Tyler makes amazing builds. If you don't follow him on Instagram already, go check him out. His builds are beautiful and functional, but mine, I always focus on function, and I've never really focused very much on aesthetics. But sometimes I get it right because I make a lot of coils, and sometimes you get both. And but to me, functionality is always going to be the only thing I shoot for. And if I get a nice picture out of it, then so be it. But like this, for instance, this is a picture it's a super ugly coil, but this is a very functional coil. This is a piece of flat wire, Claptoned. It's kind of like the opposite. I was doing a lot of Claptoning with flat wire as the Clapton wire. This is flat wire that's then Clapton with round wire next to twisted. And this is ugly as shit, but it actually got the job done really, really well. And that's actually pieces of flat wire stacked. It's like 3 pieces stacked on top of each other.
Babe, do you want this? Now?
Killer build. Killer build. I think I have another picture of that too. Yeah. See, that's an ugly build, but super functional. So yeah. God, that's the face only a mother could love right there. All right. One more, and then we're gonna call it quits. So is that the same build? So this is a picture. I think it's an edited picture of that same build. No, it's not the same build. Similar build, but not the same. Again, very ugly. All right. One last picture. What is this one? No, not this one. Oh, that's a fucking killer build too. Okay, well, this is a stupid picture, but this is actually the in between the round wire Claptons. You see a little piece of wire right here, right? That's flat wire. And what I did was when I was Claptoning this coil, I had a piece of flat wire and a piece of round wire in my fingers, and I was running them both at the same time onto the wire. And so it was like what do you call it? Skip fusing or whatever, right? It was like doing it on its own. It was going round wire, flat wire, round wire, flat wire, round wire, flat wire. There's actually no spaces in this Clapton. It just looks like it is because there's a piece of flat wire in there.
Huh. Oh, wow. Okay.
I could never repeat it. I tried it so many more times to get it to work like that, and it never worked like that again. It was just like a freak thing. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to show, and it's a pretty build. This is a series build I did, and it's just tiger wire with wavy fused Claptons, and I just like the colors on it. All right, so there's some of the highlights, and if you don't have some of these yellow screwdrivers from Craftsman, then you're fucking doing it wrong, because those are the only ones to get.
What's that, the 2.2 millimeter?
That's the number 0. That's 2 point. It's around 2.2 millimeter. Yeah. All right. So, storage solutions. Obviously, we're talking about that because we got Jesse on. And if you guys don't know, he runs a company called Stand Up 3D, and he does 3D printed vape stands and RDA stands and mod holders and et cetera, et cetera. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the genesis of that, Jesse, if you would?
Oh, like how it came about?
Yeah.
I just got tired of not having anything to put my vape stuff in, really, and hold it, except for put it in the boxes or on a mod or whatever like that. And I'd had a 3D printer already, and I was like, well, why not, right? Everybody needs to be able to have a place to organize and store their stuff in. It kind of was just out of necessity, basically, to begin with, where I wanted something to organize my stuff on my desk and around me.
And then, I mean, did you have a history with 3D printers?
I had a 3D printer for a year, 2 years before that. And
so you're already familiar with that process.
Yeah. I had made a few box mods, squonk mods, and stuff like that for myself beforehand, and yeah.
Is that still something you do as far as like making mods?
No, I don't have any that I've done that will be available on my site or anything. Okay. Not up until this point. I was pretty decent at the 3D design software that I was originally using, and I had to switch to another one, and I'm relearning it. And so certain processes and stuff that I don't know how to do yet, I'm still learning to be able to do everything that I need to do a box mod. Okay.
So right now, it's the sole focus is going to be on the stands for the foreseeable future, at least.
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, what I will show you here in 1 second, I just got to save this picture. I thought I already did, but I didn't. I'm going to show you what because I had the same exact problem, is that because I've been vaping a long time, and I have a lot of stuff. I've accumulated a lot of stuff. And so I was always wanting some kind of storage solution. You look on, like, I remember back then you could look on like a Fast Tech, and they had plastic, like clear plastic, lucite ones you could buy. Just nothing met my aesthetic needs, right? That's why I really like what you're doing, because I think aesthetically they look really nice, which to me is so important. You know, I'm all about the aesthetics when it comes to displaying these things. Because why have them if you're not gonna if they're gonna look like shit? I'll just leave them in my closet. Because that's what I'm doing now. Like I said last week, I just have them in my closet. They're on fidget spinners and fucking business card holders. Because I'm looking for something, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some stuff from Jesse. But this is what I did back in the day. So I'll show you a picture of this real quick. So I went and bought some wood from Home Depot. And of course, it's going to get lost in the mix here. So I bought some wood from Home Depot. 2 pieces of like wood. I lacquered them or stained them or whatever you want to say. It wasn't lacquered, it was stained. And I did this. So I took some dowels and I stuck the round one on the bottom as the base, and I kind of offset them, and I put the dowels in them. The dowels are just literally just little round wooden pegs you can buy at Home Depot, and I just stuck these 2 stands together, and I drilled the top holes here for to like hold mods, and all these ones down here were for RDAs. This was like my first version of this. I ended up making several of them. The next one I made was 3 of these top pieces here, all tiered and all stuck together with the dowels and shit, right? So these are all formed like all press fit. They don't have any screws or any glue or anything. They're just press fit on there. And the only reason I'm like sharing these at all is because I just want to like express that we don't have a lot of options out there, you know, like, so that's why what Jesse's doing is so important. So here's what, you know, it looked like in action. These pictures, I mean, this is 2013, 2014, so these pictures are awful, but this is kind of what it looked like. Look at some of these blasts from the past RDAs and shit. Oh my God. Jesus, this is a fucking Genesis atomizer, like a legit Genesis atomizer. It's an old school clone of the OverDose, a clone of the Panzer, a clone of the Manhattan. That's amazing. That's amazing. So out of all those mods, I have all those mods still, except for this one, which is an authentic, and that's the only one that doesn't fucking work anymore. So pretty fucking funny.
Okay. To be authentics, huh?
Yeah. Man, that one was junk. It was aluminum. That was my fault. I shouldn't have bought it. But this is another picture of it in action. This was my collection at the time. I was so proud of it and shit, man. And I took all kinds of pictures of it and shit, obviously. But this is so funny. Looking at this just cracks me up now. First off, because it's so potato quality. But like, look at the drip tips in front. Like, I was super proud. I had like this little fucking like an SQ drip tip here and all these 510s. What a fucking joke. Okay. But it's funny and it's fun. And so look at this drip tip. Holy shit, what is that? Oh wow.
Looks like the bong hitter drip tip.
Right.
Is that a limo tank that I see up there?
Yeah, it's limo for sure. I was just thinking the same thing, man. I'm like, oh, that's a limo. What?
And then you got like what are those? I can't think of it, with the little skeleton on it. The round cans.
The Freak Show.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Man, amazing. Some of this e-liquid too is big time blast from the past. Like all this shit right here, these boxes. This is from Enjoy. Like Enjoy, the people who sell cigalikes and shit, right? They did a line of premium e-liquid back in the day. They were actually really good. This one was a pear, like a baked pear with vanilla. It was fucking delicious. And these guys, they hit me up. They were like one of the first companies to like hit me up and be like, hey, we really want to send you some stuff. And they sent us the whole line here. Some of this e-liquid, you definitely can't. This is the shit. This is called Sweet Lucy. This is what White Girl's based off of. This company no longer exists.
Could that Mount Baker Vapor?
Mount Baker Vapor for sure. I got the shirt on right now. Boom. Love it. Man, these guys really gave me my start, so I can't hate on them. We got some, what's this? The Vaping Rabbit. God, what's the name of that shit? This company exists still, but they don't sell in these fucking square bottles anymore, these perfume bottles. Like, you can just see, like, this was the Wild West back then. Like
the Standard or something?
It was the Standard. Yeah, the Standard vape. So there was, it's funny because there was no Standard. Like, look at all these different bottle sizes and types and shit. What you will see of severe lack of is anything over 30 mils. The only bottle that's over 30 mils is this bottle here, and that's my e-liquid that I made myself. So, and these ones over here. This one was a 234 mil bottle from Mount Baker Vapor. Was super cheap at the time. Okay. So yeah, that was basically my solution. And one more picture just for a blast for the past kind of thing. Look at all these things. Oh my God. The Groove 2. What the fuck? Oh my God. This is a 30 watt Hannah Watts clone. Some people in the audience are like, what the fuck are you even saying right now? This is a Genesis atomizer that's fucking all set up with mesh. Another Genesis atomizer all set up with mesh. This makes me feel so old right now.
Is that a Kinger top box, that silver one or whatever they call it?
Yeah, the K-Box.
The K-Box.
Yep, that it certainly is. And this is a iStick mini, whatever. This was the only good mod out of the whole bunch, the fucking IPV.
Is that a clone OverDose?
Yeah. I have an authentic one now, but that's at the time I had the clone.
I wanted one and I never got one.
I got mine because of Kenny B. I don't know if Kenny B's watching tonight, but yeah, I bought a mod from Kenny B, a mech, a Steelpunk, limited edition Steelpunk slug, and he threw in a fucking OverDose, authentic OverDose on top of it. Man, I love that guy. He's so good.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, so that was my solution. Obviously, mine was a little bit hanky compared to what Jesse is doing, but I just want to like reinforce that what he's doing is, man, you guys will really be taking advantage of it because there's nothing out there. There's nothing out there.
Well, my stuff is not like slick and pristine and everything like that because I like leaving those lines in it from the printing process because I think it gives it character and stuff. But I think it works pretty well. It works great for me, and I just think it would work for a lot of people.
Absolutely. What are you guys like on the panel and in chat? What are your guys' solutions? Where do you store your RDAs? Where do you store your mods? How do you store them, etc.?
I still need a solution because mine's a freaking mess. I got shit everywhere.
40% off right now.
I know.
Come on.
When I need stuff that travels well. That's the thing. Like I have a backpack that I got from Western Star Trucks, and I use that as my vape bag. And I have like wire in there and mods in there, and one section of it just for batteries and cases. And it's just I have one of them little. What do you call it? When you put all your your shampoo and stuff in.
Yeah, just like a shave bag thing.
Yeah, I use that for juice, and I'll throw some Addies in there. This way, it's easy. I can just grab it and change it up. So my shit's everywhere.
Well, get a hold of me, and I can make you something. I do custom shit.
Oh, I know you do, Jess.
And I got the cuppies that my stuff is sturdy enough. You can throw it in a bag if you have to, and throw it around and stuff, and it's gonna make it too.
Oh,
so, yeah. I mean, as long as you have a place to put it after you get in the truck, it's all good.
So, as far as like traveling, what I've done in the past is I got this, I think given to me. It's one of the Vice holster bags. I used it a lot when I first got it, but like, here's the thing is that like, it's not very convenient if I'm being real, man. You see people wearing them on Instagram and shit, right? This isn't very convenient. I have to take my batteries out of, I use mechs. I take batteries out. I have to store the batteries somewhere separate. And it doesn't have that much room, in all reality, it's pretty small. It's not sturdy. I don't trust expensive mods in here, so that's not really a good solution. This was sent out by Drip Code. This is a semi-hard case, but it's again, I don't store anything in it because I can't see it. So like, there's like problems with everything, right? Like I would store my mechs in here, except I can't see anything. So exactly, again, this is why I'm just really trying to say how cool it is that Jesse's doing what he's doing, because we've had people that made them, and I don't care about glass, but you have like tenderfoot stands. Those fucking things are expensive. They're expensive.
Oh yeah,
outrageously expensive, and you can store one RDA on them.
Yeah.
Someone was saying something about 510 stands by using wintergreen lifesavers. I have an 810 version of this and a 510 version. I'm not trying to make, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make your show a sales ad for me, but I was just letting people know that I do make two different versions of the drip tip stand.
That's the reason why I wanted you to come on, was so that we could really help to spread the word that you're doing this. And I think a lot of people just don't know, that's the problem. So that's definitely why, I didn't know until like a few weeks ago that you were doing this. And so, and wow. I feel like I'm part of the scene, This is the only cool thing. So I have this one. This was sent out by Anakin. The only cool thing about this is it has a built-in battery tester. It's got little magnetic fucking battery testers on it, and it's got a little LCD screen. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, full battery.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
This one's cool. I mean, this one gets a pass because it has a gimmick, but mostly it's just junk. You know what I mean? And I don't ever use them. They just hang in my closet. And so, yeah. How about you, Tyler? Where do you store your junk?
Shit, just in my cupboard right up here above me, man. You can see it right there.
Just sitting on the.
Yeah, there's a couple of layers of shelves up there. I keep my mods up there, my RDAs, my juice, and I keep like all my building shit in a little tote.
Yeah. The reason why I am tired of doing that is because of e-liquid leaking. So e-liquid leaks. I mean, if anybody has ever, I mean, if you guys have been in there for a while, been vaping for a while, and you've had storage solutions that are wooden, like the one that I showed, the reason why I don't still have that is because e-liquid leaked onto it, it warped it, and it fucking fell apart, you know? E-liquid is a huge problem. That's the reason why I think that having a plastic solution is so cool. You know, honestly, I don't think there's another choice. I think it has to be plastic. So you can take everything out, spray it off. Is it dishwasher safe?
I don't know. I've never. I don't know.
You have to run one through a dishwasher and let me know.
I don't have a dishwasher. Like my dishwasher are these, but I never thought about it. I mean, they can take some pretty good heat, but I'm not sure. I know what they extrude at, what temperatures they extrude at, usually between 190 and 220 Celsius.
Okay, so they're probably. I'm gonna Google how hot dishwashers are. I'm sure they're less than that.
Yeah, because that's like getting close to 400 Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
close to it. Yeah.
And why don't we use Celsius? Seriously.
I don't know.
Oh my god,
they have to be different.
The metric system just makes so much more sense. So yeah, so hot average dishwasher. Hot water, typically between 45 and 70 C.
Yeah, so you're good.
Totally good.
Should be, yeah.
Totally good. Yeah, I would. I mean, I'm not gonna put mine through a dishwasher, but but if somebody wants to try and let me know what happened, I'd be happy to talk about it.
If I had a dishwasher, I would totally fill that fucker full of whatever I have and run it through a few cycles just to see how it would react to it. But I don't. I would have to like talk to some friends and see if they have a dishwasher and then like go and use it for a day.
Knock on neighbors' doors and shit. Like, hey, can I run some of this shit through your dishwasher? Okay,
this is gonna sound weird, but
so if people don't have, okay, so let's say that financially you just can't afford to buy something from Jesse, which I totally understand. That's some people's reality. I totally get it, right? You can do things like what I did. You got a piece of wood. You can drill. You just match up a drill bit. If you have a drill, match a drill bit to your 510. It's not hard. That's what I did. And you just drill some holes, stick them in there. You're good to go. Of course, then, you know, wood getting wet with e-liquid was a big problem for me. But also, it would leak through the holes down onto the desk. And so every time I moved it, it would be just giant, gross puddle of e-liquid underneath of it. So it's not a perfect solution. And again, what I'm doing right now is fidget spinners. They went out of style, as we were all hoping they would, and they did. And so I was buying them bulk, like $1 a piece, 50 cents a piece. So we just bought a bunch. They have the three, what do you call them? Washers on the end, and not washers, but whatever on the end. They have holes, and so I just stuck 3 in there, and it's kind of like a lazy Susan thing. Did a little bit of that. There are options you can do, but like honestly, and this isn't just me shilling for Jesse. I really think that his solution is an ideal solution. They're cleanable. They're not going to be damaged from e-liquid. They're built for vaping. I think it's probably the ideal solution.
Actually, I wanted to talk for a second because there is one that kind of, you was asking me how it started and everything. There is one of them that started everything. Like it's what made me like, yeah, this is going to be cool and it's going to work and it's going to be awesome. And James Capozzi was talking about it, and I still offer it on my site, but this is the very first one. Like I was looking for solutions at one point, and I'd seen other people's stuff, and it just wasn't what I needed. Didn't hold big enough atomizers or anything, and so I was like, I'll just do my own, and it turned into the Will.
I like that a lot.
That's the very first one that I ever created.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
And they're what, 25 millimeter holes there?
The top one is like up to 20. You're gonna make me get my calipers out. I don't know why I can't remember all this stuff. Most of them, I think, the 8 or around are for up to 25.
Yeah.
Well, they're more like 27 millimeter, but the very top one will fit 28.5 millimeter RDA.
You can put your mods and RDAs in there.
Yeah, as long as they fit within those parameters. Yep, you can.
Now, do you have one specifically? I mean, I don't have the site right in front of me. I know you do, but how about the ones that are built for mech tubes? Do you have ones for mech tubes?
Yes, I got the one that's called the Mech No Addy. I got one that I originally did. It's called the Mech and Addy, where you can hold mechs and addies, and then I did the Mech No Addy, and then the trip here. It's made for 3 mechs and 3 RDAs.
I like that a lot. That's dope. Oh, that's perfect.
It's not the trip 3. It's just 3 lines for for a triple. So.
There you go. Yeah, I mean that's. Do you have any like high volume storage solutions? Because I think we talked before. I have almost 50 atomizers.
We have double.
Yeah, like an I and Panda both. I mean, because we're both of us are vapors, so we have like double the fucking trouble, honestly.
25.
Yeah, we'd have
and
to
then
have a couple.
here, this didn't print out well. It failed, but this is one of the Mech No Addies ones.
Yeah, that's awesome. 3, 6, 9, 12. What, 15?
13.
13.
Yep. And then this holds 25.
Nice.
This is another. Don't pay attention to the way it looks. It was another failed print also, because that happens.
Why don't you tell people what the price on these are?
I gotta go on my site.
Okay. Definitely. Tyler, what the hell happened to you, brother? You got kicked off.
I have a bad. For some reason, I have a very bad memory, and I'm the one that came up with all the prices and everything. Still can't remember them.
So Alley Cat Vapes, I don't know where this came from, but he said, "Where the heck is Trevor Jones, man?" Yeah, he kind of stopped doing YouTube, I think, right? He did live streaming for a while where he was walking his dog. I watched those like crazy, but yeah, I haven't seen him do anything in quite a while. I don't know where that came from, but
the flat is $30 before any discounts or anything, and it holds, like I said, 25. And then the Mech No Addy one is oh my gosh, 25.
That's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal, man. I tell you, because like I was saying before, I was seeing the clear lucite ones from China, which those ones are brittle. They're fucking junk. They're about the same price, if not more. And that's from fucking whatever, AliExpress or fucking Fast Tech. So, yeah.
Oh, here's another one that's made for, I originally made it to hold 2 mechs, and it'll hold let me see it. These smaller 30 mil unicorn bottles.
Ooh.
And I did it to hold 2 mechs in either a bottle of liquid and an extra battery, or 2 batteries, or a mech, a bottle of liquid and 2 batteries, whatever. And so that you could have like something like it beside your chair while you're watching TV in the living room or something, and it's small and it keeps stuff from falling over and all that stuff. But it's called the Deuce.
The deuce. Keep it in the bathroom, and that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So, I mean, honestly, I think if you're looking for solutions for RDAs, tanks, or tube mods, or mods in general, hit up Jesse's site. But that's not the only thing we got to store. What about DIY stuff? Because my solution is fucking a cardboard box.
This is the only thing I currently have for DIY, and it's for holding different size bottles and setting on your scale, or even if you're not using a scale, you can just go there, and a lot of these bottles that you use that like to fall over, if you're only wanting to do a 30 mil like that, yeah, it's not going to fall over. because these bottles are notorious for falling over when you're doing stuff.
Definitely.
And so it'll scoot across to your desk or wherever you're working, and instead of falling over and spilling out or anything. But you can get so many different, you can't really see it because it's black, but there's so many different bottles that will fit inside there. I think that here.
Thanks, Juan. Juan just threw the link there for the site.
There's 120 bottles like what Don sells. They'll actually fit in there, so you can mix with using those bigger bottles also.
Nice. Because I mean, my solution is I have a little cardboard box that I keep all my flavorings in. It's just I would have it out, but I just don't have space, man. I just don't have space.
I have 2 drawers, the stackable totes with the drawers with flavorings, and plus I have 2 nail polish stands sitting in the cabinet with flavorings in them, and then like the bigger bottles, because they don't really fit in there, like my 120 flavorings, ones I use a lot of, I have them just sitting there on top of it, in front of it and everything. So if I would need to reach for a flavor, I'm moving stuff, and it takes me more time to find my flavors than it does actually mix the recipe.
So when you're mixing, since we have you here, Frank, when you're mixing e-liquid, you're going to make a big batch. What are you mixing?
If I'm doing anything more than a 120, I'm using mason jars.
I was gonna say this.
That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. I'll show you guys what I've been using. It sucks.
I actually am working on another stand. It's a bottle rack to hold bottles after you wash them out if you're reusing them.
Oh, nice. Yes, because I always
you put them upside down on top of this bottle rack, and
so this is what I've been using for a long time. It's a 1,000 ml bottle. It's plastic. I hate it. 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 Those are nice. I like the one that you have there. But for me, it's like, okay, I ordered a bunch of, that's really nice. I like that a lot, actually. I want glass for steeping. I guess mason jars is just going to be the best. Economically, it's going to be the best solution, I think.
That's mostly what if I'm storing it for a long term, like to steep, or just if I make a lot of it and I don't plan on vaping a whole lot of it, I'll put it in glass every time. There's the Current River that I make myself. I go through like 800 milliliters a week or every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I make it in this bigger, like 1,000 milliliter bottle, and it don't sit in there for very long, but
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I have to steep my e-liquid for a couple of months before it's ready. And so the plastic's just not a good solution. I've been using this bottle for so fucking long too.
Yeah, because that plastic could break down.
Yes.
Well, it leaches the nicotine and the flavorings, the alcohol and stuff in it causes it to break down a little quicker, and it'll cause it to leach into the plastic, and plastic leaches into it. And then you get a bottle that you can't reuse for other things, because when you use it for something else, after a while, it gets that taste of whatever was in it before, even if you clean it a whole lot. And then who's to say what you're getting in there from the plastic and you're vaping on it 2 or 3 months down the road?
Absolutely. And so I went actually, and Alley Cat Vapes wanted to ask glass better for flavor retention. In my opinion, yes. I think glass is better for flavor every time. That's why Trinity Glass Hardware, I fucking swear by their top caps, because in my opinion, I really think using a glass top cap gives you better fucking flavor. I just think it does. So anyways, but once I'm going to get mason jars. I actually have mason jars. I'm going to use those for making and steeping. Then like a solution for when you're vaping. What I did was I bought a bunch of bottles off of Amazon. They were like, I thought they were 60 mils. They ended up being 50 mil bottles. It's like fucking weird ass size. They're little 50 mil bottles. They're unicorn bottles. They're kind of junk. And I actually threw a bunch of them away because I just thought I didn't like them anymore. Because they're soft, really soft plastic.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of that. I'm a little bit afraid of that. Like you were saying, like breaking down, leaching into my e-liquid. So I don't know. Economically, what's the best solution? I don't know. I went to Michael's because I don't know where anywhere else to buy fucking glass bottles. And they have graduated cylinders, like lab glass. You know? But they want $10 for like a 200 mil fucking graduated cylinder.
Well, you can go to I don't know where you live, but you can always go to like farm stores or Walmart.
That's a good. Well, but Walmart was a fucking bust because our Walmart wanted to become a super Walmart, but the city council said no. And so what they did was they fucking shortened every aisle to put more stuff in the store. But what ended up happening is that they try to do everything and they don't have anything. So every fucking section is just shit. They don't carry anything good, and I'm always disappointed. So our Walmart's junk. We do though have a couple farm supply stores, and I haven't even thought about going there. I'll have to go check it out.
Well, the thing about glass is though, like you're buying it one time, and it's usable forever unless you
break it.
Yeah, and it'll always clean, and it will never leach. It's gonna be good forever. So you buy it once, use it forever, don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So when I do my big batches in the mason jars, you can get mason jars at the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You can get Family Dollar or around anymore. Dollar General, Dollar Tree. You can pick them up.
Even from Walmart, you can buy cases of them for fucking $10.
Yeah. You get like a dozen of them or something in the case. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did that. When my daughter got married, that's how I ended up with so many of them, because they're the toppers for the tables. Was like these mason jars full of like popcorn and stuff like that. So I ended up with a bunch of them. So I took all the stale popcorn out of them, washed them out, and was like, here we go. Now I'm good to go.
The one thing I do about it,
I don't know why I didn't go there. I should have. I use mason jars for fucking everything. I should have made that connection. I don't know why I didn't.
The one thing I do most of the time for mason jars, because it's not touching it in constant contact, I will get these plastic.
Yeah, they're easy.
That are made for them, and they're made out of a really good plastic, and they work really well instead of having the metal rings. Because those metal rings, the e-liquid will cause those to rust and
start to corrode.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say the plastic lids are probably the better solution for the mason jars. But then, as far as like dispensing it into smaller bottles, I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and buy a rack of fucking the 60 mil glass with the droppers. I hate the droppers. I mean, the droppers that's old technology that I think doesn't work as well as I'd like it to. But I don't like plastic, and I think it ruins the flavor of e-liquid sometimes. So
I think you're right.
I'm gonna start moving away from plastic.
I mean, I use these, the single-use ones, but you get like 20 of them for like $10 or whatever it is, 50 cents a bottle. Yeah. I mean, hell, it costs more than the e-liquid you put in half the time when you're DIYing.
I know, and that's the thing that I'm like that. Why I wanted to have this discussion, because I thought maybe somebody had some kind of secret cheat code to getting really cheap shit. Because I just everywhere I go, it's gonna cost me more to store this shit and dispense this shit than it is to make this shit. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, in my eyes, the cheapest way to go is the glass, because you can stack them. You can get anywhere from 100 ml bottle glass
little
canning jar to like little jelly jars, or all the way up to fucking big old huge pickle jars. And you're only buying them once. You might, if you have plans on having 10 or 20 different recipes, you're going to have 10 or 20 different jars. But to me, because of being able to use them indefinitely forever, like just forever, and they stack really good on top of each other, it's just like the best solution. Absolutely. Of course, you still have to, you're going to have them, your liquid in bottles like this temporarily. But I think that, if you're only going to have that liquid stored in this for a week or maybe 2 weeks, that's not enough time for anything to leach in. Or I believe it's still going to be breaking that plastic down, I guess. So it's probably, over time, well, as soon as plastic is made, it starts biodegrading. So
I think
but a lot of those style bottles, though, they're designed to not break down as quickly. What do they call it? The LDPE type bottles or whatever. Plastic, because that's like what Adore uses, for all her bottles, or them types, so they don't break down as quickly.
But then the thing is, like, I don't want to reuse plastic bottles, and so if I'm going to use plastic bottles, I'm probably only going to use them once, and then I feel like shit because I'm buying these ones that don't break down as fast, and I'm just disposing of them, and so I don't know. I got to figure out some kind of solution. I think since it's just for me, I think I'll probably just end up getting some glass bottles with the droppers. And I'm
like you, like those plastic bottles. I am only going to use it for that one particular recipe. That's all. And if I make another recipe or whatever, it's going to get us another bottle, and it's never going to, and nothing else is ever going to touch it.
This one, like I've been making the same liquid in this one for a couple of years, right? This one's probably doing harm to me at this point.
Looks like an old PG or VG bottle.
It is. It's an old. It came with VG came in it. But it's the liquid is is embedded in this bottle. Like I could, even if I wanted to use this for a different recipe, there's no fucking way because this is white girl. I mean, this is just baked in white girl. It smells so good though.
But you'll never be. It kind of ruins it for doing anything else. So you have to buy something new. And with glass, you rinse that shit out, a little bit of soap and hot water, and you're good.
I'd like to make enough. This is like pipe dreams now. I'd like to make enough to fill up one of those lemonade, just like fucking jars that has the spouts.
Oh yeah.
Leave it on the fucking counter and just walk by and fucking
Gatorade bucket.
That's my fucking solution right there.
Someone you better be in love with that flavor though, because you're gonna have a whole hell of a lot of it.
I've been vaping the same liquid for a couple years, every fucking day. I don't think it's changing anytime soon. I fucking love that.
Someone needs to make something like that where you got like a machine that stores your liquid in like glass, and you got a little hose that you just grab and then you push the button and drip, and then you hang it back up.
Did you see the fucking somebody posted a picture, and it was at some office. It had to be a vape company, and on the wall they have it's like a soap dispenser, but they have e-liquid in it.
Yeah,
and they're walking up with their fucking and pushing it in with their mod and shit.
Yeah, they're dripping right onto it, and
I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool, man. I can see doing that.
I can see myself doing that. That's funny.
Yeah, you know how like they put the soap dispensers in with the in the sinks now. Just fill that.
That would be fucking amazing. Oh my god! Or just like a tap, like a keg of e-liquid, and just boom.
Yeah, but you're gonna over drip like a son of a bitch that way though.
Yes.
You're gonna have to put some kind of reducer.
If you have that much liquid, you just take it and fucking sling the fucking excess off, and living like a baller at that point.
You're a 5-time Pro Bowler when it comes to that.
We are fucking in fantasy land now, but liquid hookah. Woodchuck Mike comes through with the liquid hookah. I think that's exactly what would be an ideal solution. Would be like just a little hose. If I could have a little hose from the kitchen or whatever underneath my desk coming up, and I could just go, man, that would be fucking amazing. Oh, I would love that so much. Oh
yeah, I don't want to get divorced. I don't want no little hose.
Yeah. Well, I have a little hose, and so I just gotta make do with what I got. Anyways, I think that's about it. What time is it? It's probably pretty fucking late.
Yeah, it's
okay. So we had a good time. I really want to say thank you guys for coming out and watching the show. Thank you so much to Jesse and to Frank and to Tyler for all coming out. Tyler fucking ran away from us, and I see you, Tyler. Fucking I'm gonna get you. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Again, go check out Jesse's site. It's Stand Up 3D. Juan Castillo put a link in the chat, so if anybody's interested, go check out that link and go check out the site. Even if you're watching this on a replay, the chat's there. There's no go check it out. If
I can for until tomorrow night at midnight, it's 40% off right now. So get over there and get it. This kind of deal is probably not going to happen again for a very long time. So if you're wanting to get stuff cheap, get over there and get it now. I wanted to do something for my birthday for everybody and to kind of give back, and I went a little overboard, but it's still there. It's still there.
You want to rob Jesse and make him cry? You got one fucking day left.
Make me cry. Order from my site right now. Use birthday. The coupon code is just birthday.
Nice, excellent. So there you go. 40%. I don't think people. Just to reiterate, 40% is like half off.
Pretty close.
Man, don't sleep on that, you guys. Go fucking grab some stuff.
Every time I get an order, a single tear runs down my face.
Make him ball, you guys. Make him ball. Give him a birthday present and steal from him for Christ's sake.
Make it rain at Jesse's all them tears.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I get for not liking. I don't like celebrating my birthday, and so I figured I'd do something that instead of making me happy would make me cry a little bit. I'm happy that I'm able to get people stuff, get my stuff out to people though, and I'm happy to be able to do the 40%. We're joking around and stuff now. I'm not really crying. I just want to kind of give back and yeah.
So take advantage of it, you guys. Honestly, take advantage of it. 40% off. You're not going to find a deal like that again. Like he just said, it's probably going to be a fucking long time before he just gives his shit away again. So, Saturation Station, I see you, brother. What's going on? And Cosmic, thank you. I enjoyed having you for the show. Yeah, and then Frank, why don't you tell them where they can find you, brother?
Well, you can find me here on YouTube, Daytime Frank. You can find me on All the Flavors and on ELR's Daytime Frank. You can find me on Instagram as Daytime Frank as well.
And if you guys are looking for recipes or just some general information about DIY e-liquid, Frank is the man to go check out. All right.
Okay.
Well, Travis, make him come with your order. Man, dirty little guy, you. All right. Thank you guys so much. And just to touch on this, Easy Rider and Juan Castillo, both of your guys' e-liquid from the giveaway last week is going out tomorrow. I'm going to get that out to you guys. Yes. And then also going to be announcing the winner of all the hardware stuff that we're giving away. We've got 5 different giveaways. All that's being announced tomorrow. I'm filming the video for that, and I'm going to put it up. I might just live stream. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Also, if people will go over to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram, I put little videos and updates and stuff over there, and also my YouTube channels. Go over and subscribe to that. I usually do streaming, and I'll have one of the printers going while I'm streaming and stuff. I've been trying to do stream once a week at least, and have like a printer going and stuff. And so, yeah, you can.
What games do you stream?
What's that?
What games do you play?
Oh, I don't stream memes. I just stream and let one of the printers are going, and I talk to people.
Excellent.
But both of those are stand-up 3D.
Nice. Excellent. Good. So Juan had a question for you before we leave. Jesse, is sizing for KP spools just too big to be worth it? Kidney puncher.
Let me look into that. I'm not sure. It may be, but I'm not sure how much it's going to take, because I know that they're 4 or 5 inch spools, and the one that I have currently, this one just takes the 3 inch standard. So message me on Instagram, Juan, and I'll look into that. You'll have to remind me by messaging me, because I forget all kinds of stuff all the time. But
and that's something that we didn't really touch on was coil building storage, because I was going to talk to ADV about that, but he left. And so, but that is also something Jesse offers. He offers a wire.
Yeah, I got a toolbox that's made for all your rebuilding tools and stuff like that. And it holds 3 spools of wire itself.
Wow. Go check it out, you guys. Honestly, go check it out. And all right. So, and also Frank, James Closey wants to know, do you have pictures of your truck on Instagram?
Yeah, I told Mike, I can't remember if I do or not. When I get the new truck here in the near future, I'll definitely have a couple pics of that up.
There you go.
I try not to mix work with my vaping.
There you go.
Not too much.
I get it. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned this week for the giveaway and for videos and everything else that I do all the time. And for the people who have been watching the new videos, I hope you guys have been liking them. I've been doing a lot more editing. I've actually been giving a fuck a lot more lately. I hope it shows, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So we'll see you next time. Peace out.
See ya.
Later, everybody.